Banks of the Nile is this film. Um, it's not really that different from the other Kinemacolor films that we've watched, but
Yeah.
there were some cool moments in it where sort of fast movement because of the way that the color process works sort of creates like a rainbow trail effect almost.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um, that was super cool. Another just very weird thing that I had to write down about this movie is uh, looking it up on Letterboxd. The top review for Banks of the Nile is apparently actually referring to a 1981 3-hour TV movie called Artemis 81, starring Sting from The
What?
Police. Because I was like, this is not describing this movie at all, and it's talking about Sting. So I had to like try to figure. I had to like look up character names and like try to figure out what it was. And I was like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
it's a 3-hour TV movie. Don't know why they got their wires crossed and just posted this review
That's funny.
under Banks of the Nile. So I got a
Um,
chuckle out of that.
I think it's interesting how they've got this new natural color process, quote unquote natural color
hmm
process, and because showing something in color in true color is kind of new, they're kind of reverting to a previous style of films because this is basically
Yeah,
an actuality.
yeah, pretty much.
Um, and so was the beach one from the other year.
hmm
Um, this is basically like a Lumiere style, go to a place and point a camera at like a culture and see what they look like, but this time in color. And so, it's in Egypt. And one of the things that I thought was actually kind of interesting was, Kinemacolor has a lot of flaws, as you were describing. Um, but it actually doesn't show white skin super well. It shows it okay, but like
Mm.
white skin sometimes looks a little overexposed and a little just kind of weird.
Yeah,
And this is showing like dark skinned like black people in Egypt,
yeah,
and I think their skin actually looks a lot better on the Kinemacolor than white people.
yeah, yeah. It definitely does. I hadn't really picked up on that, and that's super interesting. Um, because it's there are still like I still hear about problems of like cinematographers that only know how to light white people.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it's interesting. Like this like super early color film was like, yeah, if you're too light skinned, you just look blown out like a ghost.
yeah, yeah. Probably just by accident that it happened to look better for
Yeah.
black people. But Kinemacolor, come back and teach white
All
cinematography is how it
yeah,
works.
they all have to learn on Kinemacolor now.